Hi, my beautiful friends. This is Jessica from Good Vibrations, bringing you a conversation between the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. If you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome. I hope that you'll stay and become a permanent addition to the Good Vibrations community. If you would like to join me on my other platforms, please feel free to look into the description box where you will find all the links to be connected directly to all my platforms. You can also find my website under the description box. Whoa, look at that. So what we're going to do first is we're going to look into the Divine Masculine's energy, then we're going to look into the Divine Feminine's energy, and then we're going to kind of talk it out, okay? So it is up to you to decipher if you are the Divine Masculine energy or the Divine Feminine energy, okay? This is a non-gender based reading. I may use the word she, her, may just speak about the feminine energy, and that's usually because I'm a feminine energy. I am a divine feminine. I will try to catch myself if I'm excluding the masculine energy, not doing it purposely. So Divine Masculines, just kind of, you know, if flip the script around, okay? Sometimes. What do we have here? Looks like we have the Two of Wands. Oh, sorry, Three of Wands. So the Divine Masculine is planning for the future. We also have the Page of Swords. He's being very logical about his decision. He's wearing a lot of blue, so I feel like he's very, you know, working on his throat chakra, working on learning how to communicate better, maybe even finding creative ways to express himself. So there's something about a transformation happening in the Divine Masculine's energy that is helping him transform the way that he communicates with himself and others. And I think this has to do with, you know, planning for the future. And I love this big full moon here because we just had a full moon in Aries, and I can tell you that full moon had some, you know, very kick butt energy, a little bit aggressive. I felt it. And what I like is that he's, you know, sitting on this stump, okay? So I really feel like as he's logically thinking things out, finding, you know, receiving insightful information from the universe, you know, sitting on this stump, he's thinking about what his future, long-term future, what do I want? And also, he's positioned in a very, very patient manner, okay? Which atypically is not his strongest suit or virtue, is to be patient. So I really am enjoying this energy that this Divine Masculine is currently in. Very, you know, being very patient. I also think he's being patient with the with communication with you, with the Divine Feminine, okay? Just being very, patient. Now, I can tell you he's curious about what you're doing, okay? But this is just a beginning. This is a new opportunity for him with the Page of Swords energy. So this is an opportunity for him to transform the way that he expresses himself. And look, he's laying down his sword. He doesn't have it typically, you know, in the regular tarot, the page always has the sword, you know, and they're holding it upright. This page is sitting down, relaxed, you know, enjoying the moment patiently, just sitting on the stump. And, you know, he even has a smile on his face as he patiently waits for this transformation to happen. And then the next card that comes out is the Empress. What a beautiful, beautiful card to have. So I really love that this divine masculine is really connecting to his roots. He's really connecting to also the divine feminine energy and, you know, really nurturing himself. And he may be doing this by literally, you know, connecting more of his energy, you know, with Earth. Yeah, there's a lot of, he is in a very creative time frame as well. We have the 3, which does represent communication. Then we have the Page of Swords, which also connects you with communication. So I definitely feel like, and it also connects you with creativity. Okay, all of these cards here are a display of creativity. So your person may be creatively, you know, writing information down. They may be journaling. I don't know. They're planning. Okay. They're planning for the long term and they are taking action in some type of way. It doesn't mean that they're taking action to come, you know, towards you. What they are doing is that they are taking the action necessary to implement, their ideas, their creative avenues, and also, like I said, patiently waiting, because I think that they're understanding spending time in nature is part of this transformation that allows them to express themselves creatively to the world. Okay, so this is a connection. This is something big going on behind the scenes. All right, let's look at the divine feminine here. He does feel like this connection is an exciting, challenging connection. They are keeping an eye on you on social media, by the way, okay? And maybe they're keeping an eye on you as well, keeping an eye on the divine feminine, okay? The masculine is keeping an eye on the divine feminine, whatever way that may be. It can be through gossip. You know, if you work together, then, you know, they may be going from coworker to coworker, you know, and, you know, taking their curiosity to the next level and kind of asking about you, or they're taking their curiosity behind the screen and looking at whatever they can on social media. And you know what? They may be receiving information that's very challenging for them to find out, you know, and maybe this challenging information that they're going to find out about you as they're, you know, sneaking and looking for information about you is going to be very challenging. But this challenging information might be what they just need to, you know, kick them in the butt to get them to step into action. You know, that's to change. So maybe they're finding out that you've moved on. Or maybe they're seeing that you're happy without them. And if they're a divine masculine, then they're happy to see you be happy. Because somebody that truly cares about you is going to want you to be happy no matter what. That's what unconditional love is. Wow, look at that, Divine Feminine. Like your energy, the Chariot. You've been working really hard. You've been working hard on yourself. You've been taking self-inventory. You've been taking the reins. You've decided, listen, it's important for me to balance this, my energies, my yin, my yang, you know. Okay, so here for the feminine, we have the Chariot, the Seven of Swords energy. So between the two of you, definitely I'm seeing some, yeah, there's some energy that, you know, some patterns that probably need to that are in your subconscious mind that definitely need to be healed. And then we have the Seven of Cups energy, and you can see in the Seven of Cups energy there's a lot of blue. Again, the masculine energy here, the little inner child masculine energy is also wearing blue. So I feel that the Divine Feminine is currently, again, reminiscing about this old connection, this old love, you know, and really reminiscing about the return of this romance from their past. But I believe that when the feminine, this is when she's in her heart space, but when she goes into her head space, look at this. We have the Seven of Swords. This is one of, you know, the worst cards you can receive, because here we have someone who is being self-deceptive in some type of way. So maybe after a period of time where the Divine Feminine was being dishonest with herself, now she's stepping in more into her truth and honesty, you know, especially with all this blue energy here, because the throat chakra is about, you know, speaking your truth, stepping in, you know, speaking and expressing your truth. Okay, being authentic with your words. And what I feel here is that you are moving forward as a divine masculine, as a divine feminine. You're moving forward because you've been working hard at, you know, everything. I feel like all around you've been doing the best that you can to really balance yourself out, balance, you know, what's going on in your life, prioritizing, setting boundaries. There's definitely, you're currently feeling some type of determination in your life, okay? And but you may be, you know, still keeping, you know, some secrets with the Seven of Swords here. And the secret could be that you're thinking about your divine masculine and reconciliation, and maybe that secret is, you know, you don't want to share that with your family and friends because, you know, it's been so long, and they may, you know, look at you like you're being self-deceptive, tricking yourself. So you're keeping this secret to yourself, but you can't help how you feel in your heart space with this, you know, feelings of nostalgia going back to this person. So you're being honest with yourself in your heart, but maybe not with the other people around you. But you don't care because you're taking the reins and you're taking control of your life. And I want you to know that the direction that you're heading, changes are being, you know, happening very quickly. This is one of the fast moving, I think this is the fast moving card in the tarot, is the Chariot. So the changes that the Divine Feminine is going through, they're happening a lot quicker than the Divine Masculine's energy, okay? Because the Divine Masculine's energy is still trapped in that very, very dense energy, because the divine masculine is represented by the lower chakras. There's more of a connection to the earth, and they're also defined by the ego. So they're built, you know, to embody more of the ego. So for the masculine to drop to their heart center and to balance that ego and their heart is a little bit more of an obstacle for them, okay? But the feminine is just riding along, you know. She's like, I'm moving forward, and she's going to be very victorious, okay? And she is victorious. So divine feminine, if you've been feeling like, hey, I'm not doing good, I'm a failure, things are not working out that way, that's your ego, okay? That's your ego trying to keep you from the truth. And the truth is that you are victorious. You will be successful. You're moving forward and you're taking control, okay, of your destiny and the direction that you are going. Because you're getting honest with yourself. Nice little rain. All right, we're going to start with the divine masculine. See what he has to say. I'm not sure I deserve the way you love me. Are you going to reject me? Are you mad? I didn't think I could be what you needed or wanted me to be. And I dream of you. Divine feminine. Let's forgive each other and move forward without regrets of the past holding us back from true love. You know, and the past showing up here in the divine feminine's energy with the Six of Cups. And remember, I dream of you. Again, that's the masculine mirroring to the divine feminine. I dream of you too. This is a connection that is definitely a destined connection here. I don't want to miss you. I prefer to think of us as one, even if you aren't present in my physical world right now. I sometimes felt unappreciated and taken for granted by you. I should have walked away many times, and for good, but I didn't. I wanted to run, but I didn't. I tried to make healthy boundaries, but I feel like you don't understand. As you can see, the divine feminine has more to say than the divine masculine. And, you know, probably throughout this connection, that's the way it's been. Because remember, the divine masculine's energy is in a Page of Swords energy. Okay, working and learning how to transform the way that they express and communicate themselves. But remember, in the typical tarot, the page has its swords up. He has his swords down here, okay? So that is an indication that instead of being on high alert, he is now being patient, okay? Patient with himself, patient with you, and allowing this transformation to happen that's happening within his throat chakra. Remember, the masculine energy is represented by the lower chakras, not the upper chakras. So the masculine's kundalini is wakening up, and it's happening in stages, okay? And here, the divine, you know, we have two people here. Of course, it's two children. So, you know, for some of you, you may have known this person since childhood, you know, so, but this here you have an archangel showing up. The essence, the energy, the frequency of an archangel is here and holding out their hands to both individuals here. The masculine energy, you know, offering a gift, of an apology, a gesture to this divine feminine, okay? But this is the divine masculine's inner child, okay? Saying, you know, will you accept my love offer? You know, and it's a bunch of wild flowers, okay? So remember that the divine masculine may be only offering the divine feminine very small gestures. But then we have the divine feminine here holding one of the cups, and she's handing it to the divine masculine. And then we have a dog. Okay, the dog is standing next to this divine feminine. This is companionship and loyalty. Okay, and dog spelled backwards is God. All right, the essence of a divine connection here. Okay, being highly guided and protected by your ancestors, by the frequency of all the archangels. Are you committed? Are you loyal? Not to your person, not to the divine masculine, to this journey. Are you committed to moving forward? Are you committed to being victorious, successful? The divine feminine stands in her grace. The divine feminine stands in her commitment and loyalty to this journey, to the evolution of her growth. All right, divine masculine energy. Like I said, here you can tell there's not a lot of talking happening from the divine masculine. He's keeping it short and sweet. And the divine feminine has a lot to say, probably because it's been a long time since you've spoken. But she's been doing, you know, setting those healthy boundaries, letting him know I felt unappreciated. I still feel unappreciated. I still feel like you've taken this connection and, you know, me for granted. They still miss you. That's showing up here. The divine feminine still missing that divine masculine. Past lives. Showing up with the Six of Cups. Wow, for the divine masculine, engagement ring, engagement, partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, union. Yeah, so that is what the divine masculine is working towards, okay? Commitment towards himself, completion, you know, wholeness, oneness is union, inner and outer union with oneself. Also the remembrance, okay, back to that nostalgia, that you are eternally in union, even if you're in separation. There is an eternal connection here, and there is a recognition by the divine masculine. Paradise, happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. Wow, I really love this. You know, for some of you, you are going to receive some type of token. Again, remember, token, the Six of Cups, the inner child is giving a token, a gift to this feminine energy here. So some of you may be receiving literally a ring, okay? It could be a promise ring. It doesn't have to be an engagement ring. Once you put it in your mind that it's an engagement ring, you might not settle for less, but just know that there could be an opportunity to receive any type of gift, and a token, an expression of, you know, of your connection. But engagement means that your person is definitely is making a conscious decision to commit in some type of area in their life. And it could be just the token, the commitment to give you a little small gesture or gift. They feel like this connection brings them a lot of joy. They understand that it's very expansive. And looky there, soulmates. Soul connection, agreement, soul contract, and partnership. Okay, so they may not completely be aware that this is a soul connection, or they may not understand the lingo, the labels for, you know, connections. Soulmates is pretty common, so they may just see it as a soulmate connection. They know that there's the potential for, you know, a partnership because they feel whole within this connection. They enjoy your energy, your time. They just enjoy you, okay, because you have this soul contract. So they may have no understanding about soul contracts. You need to kind of remember that, okay? If your person's not into readings, tarot, spiritual, you know, labels and lingo, they may not express themselves that way. So that's something that you have to also recognize if you are a divine feminine and your divine masculine's not like seeing, you know, expressing themselves in the physical world, like, oh, let me give you an engagement ring. You're my paradise. I know you're my soulmate, okay? You know, you have to remember masculine energies are not always programmed to this information, or, you know, they may not have it available to them. All right. Oof, okay. Feminine energy, stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. Well, We had that show up here, in the Divine Feminine's energy with the Seven of Swords, This connection has caused her to feel a loss of peace in her mind, okay? Because she felt very heartbroken, feels very heartbroken, and feels like the Divine Masculine has deceived her and backstabbed her in some type of way, and this has left her heart extremely broken, and she feels shocked because in her mind, and in her heart, she, still feels nostalgic and feels love for this masculine energy. So it's been very shocking for her. And then we also had the Phoenix. Yeah. New phase, rekindle, renew, transform, growth, and changed mind. Yeah, so a lot of the Divine Feminines are coming out from the ashes, and they are stepping into that Phoenix energy, and they're stepping into a new phase in their life, okay? And they understand with the Chariot here, these changes have been very fast moving for them. Which, doesn't mean they still feel that heartache. They still feel the pain. But they know that they are transforming just like the Phoenix. And this is where the expansion and the evolution and the perspective in their mind is changing, because they're evolving, and every time that you evolve, you change the way that you think, okay? Your old belief systems dropping, new belief systems coming in. You're eternally flowing and changing and evolving. Every decade, you're becoming a different person, as long as you're on, traveling here on earth with, with the intention or with a knowingness that you are, exploring and part of the spiritual awakening, to your heart chakra. You're awakening, you're activating your heart space, you're activating and implementing the changes that you need to evolve, to change your mind, to grow. Addiction, codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, resistant. Yes, a lot of Divine Feminines. The masculines tend to have a lot of addictions as well, but their addictions seem to be kind of the common egotistical, masculine addictions, such as gambling, alcohol, smoking, sex, needing attention and adoration from multiple women, or or multiple partners if you are same sex, so that, those are the typical things that the masculine energy is, carrying out, because generationally, collectively, this dense energy of earth has been, that's something that the masculine energy has struggled with for a very, very, very long time, is, the misuse of their power, their misuse of their sexual energy and sexuality, forcing themselves on other people, or even, just misuse of their power and misuse of power. And this is not saying that the Divine Feminine does not do this, Divine Masculines. However, it has been more noticed by the Divine Masculine energy. And usually if a feminine is acting this way, misusing her power, she is still in her ego, which is defined by the masculine energy. So usually those women, those females, are more in their masculine energy, and they're out of tune with their heart space, okay? So yes, women do have the tendency to also have these addictions, and also can be abusive, but when they are literally out of balance and more in their masculine energy, okay? So when the feminine is in her feminine energy and out of balance, she has a tendency to be very codependent. She takes on the masculine's energy and, loses her individuality within the connection. All right. So what is shifting in our society is that concept, not typically in a traditional marriage, for ages and decades, this is what's been happening. People get into a traditional marriage and they lose themselves. One or both of the counterparts become very codependent, lose their individuality as individuals. Yes, it's great that you become one, but the thing is you're not supposed to lose yourself and who you are for the other person. That's part of the transition that's happening within the collective and the old structures within traditional marriage that, what we've been accepting for eons. There's nothing wrong with traditional marriage, okay? No one's saying that. If you want it, have it. But what it's saying is, we're going to stop losing ourselves in these connections, okay? We're going to stop being codependent is a toxic relationship, okay? And a lot of the feminine energies, one of their greatest addictions within this connection is obsession. They have been obsessed with reconciliation, obsessed with their partner leaving another partner, obsessed with a divine masculine changing, obsessed, with watching them, thinking about them. This is an addiction. This is an obsession. There's an imbalance chemically in your mind, okay? That's toxic. You have to heal it, okay? So very, very important to recognize that this is part of the addiction. It may not be the old stereotypical addictions that we talk about, but codependency and obsession can be an addiction, okay? Just like people pleasing. All right, not saying that the divine masculine doesn't have any of those addictions as well, as, people pleasing and codependency. Yes, they can and they do. However, you see it more within the feminine energy, okay? All right, guys, I love you so much. Please remember to leave a comment, hit that like button, and thank you. Thank you so much for being here, and I appreciate your support. Please be nice to my friend. Who's my friend? You are. Much love.